Here are 5 business and tech book recommendations. First is Chip War by Chris Miller. This is my go-to anytime someone asks me about the NVIDIA headlines, AI chips, or why semiconductors matter so much. It talks about how chips are the foundation of modern life across tech, military, the economy, and geopolitics, and I think it really helps to make sense of the current AI race and a lot of the US-China tensions. Next is Zero to One. This is sort of a classic in the startup and venture world, and it's a pretty quick read at around 200 pages. It's all about building companies that create genuinely new value instead of just being incremental or copycats. I first read it in college, but it's also a great philosophical primer on how VCs think about power laws and the sort of startups they actually want to back. Third is Who. This is probably the most practical book on the list, but it basically breaks down a structured approach to hiring, like how to run consistent interviews or test for performance instead of relying on gut instinct. Hiring is actually where most startups struggle the most, so this is one of the highest ROI reads if you're doing any sort of hiring or scaling. Fourth is No Rules Rules from Netflix's co-founder and CEO Reed Hastings. It gives you an inside look at Netflix's culture of freedom and responsibility, including how they reduce bureaucracy. It's a really interesting case study on Netflix itself and how culture can shape speed and innovation. And finally, The Coming Wave by Mustafa Suleyman. This is a nuanced and slightly sobering read on how AI and synthetic biology could transform and destabilize the world over the next few decades. The book spends a lot of time on this idea of containment and how we might be able to benefit from these technologies without potentially losing control of them. Really interesting to hear Suleyman's perspective because he's had such an insider role in developing some of this tech. I could go endlessly on book recs in this category, so let me know if you want part 2.